Type of folk art that might be of interest to you are these hanging mobiles. I used rough-sawn cedar because it holds up so well in the weather. We're going to start by cleaning up the edges on this 2x cedar so that when you fit the two of them together, you've got a nice tight fit and the glue will hold. No need for biscuits or any of that thing. It's a good idea to put glue on both pieces that you're going to try to join. That way you know you're going to have plenty of glue and it's going to catch. Also, I use a little wax paper when I lay it down and clamp them together, because when it oozes out, you might have trouble separating it from your work table. So the wax paper works really well to keep it separate. And clamp them and let it dry for at least overnight before you start any cutting. I've laminated these two boards together, glued them together, so I've got a square that is approximately 23 inches by 24 inches and like 1 3/4 inches thick. So first, since this is rough-sawn cedar, I'm going to use this belt sander to sand down the top so that I'm able to draw on it and it's not so rough. Okay, now that everything's nice and smooth, I can take a compass. I happen to have one of these large compasses, but you can also use a string and a pencil. And you're going to make a circle as large as you can, so you use all of the wood. So you're going to end up with a circle that's about maybe 22 inches in diameter, something like that. Okay, so now I have two circles, and this distance ended up being about 1 5/8, a little more than 1.5 inches. And all I'm going to do is put carbon paper underneath the pattern, and then you just take the stylus with the carbon paper underneath and draw, and so that you're going to put the image directly onto the cedar. Okay, at this point I have transferred the lines onto the circle. And as you can see, I have identified each one with a corresponding letter to the color that I'm going to paint. I've got turquoise, lime green, red, blue, and then the repeat of those same 4 colors below. So just to keep myself straight, I put a letter for each one, and then that way it's easy to tell the part that I'm going to keep from the part that I'm going to throw away. Okay, so now we'll cut the outside line of the I cut these 2 pilot holes to give me a place to start so that I can take my jigsaw and make this cut around the interior of the circle. I thought I had remembered using a jigsaw to cut out these interior parts, but the turns were just too tight for a jigsaw or a bandsaw to make those turns that I wanted. So I must have been using a scroll saw, and that's what we're doing this time. The scroll saw worked fine cutting through this cedar as long as you have a sharp blade and take it slow. All right, well, we've got all the parts cut out and sanded lightly, got all the burrs off and everything. All the pieces have been painted. I am going to give them a second coat. They need 2 coats, but this is the look. So we'll put this back together here and see what we have. So use this. Okay, so that's the look, and You can see right here I had to add this wedge. Just tack that on there because there was a gap. I left this part unpainted because I wanted to know where the top was. Because even though this appears to be a perfect circle, it's irregular, and for everything to fit together, you got to know exactly where the top is. So keep track of that some way. We painted each of these pieces with 2 coats. So now we're ready to take a nail gun, and I think I'm gonna put like a 2-inch nail into the 18 gauge nail gun, and I'll just put a little wood glue on each one, shoot maybe 1 nail in each one to secure it, and put an eye hook up here, and it's ready to hang. So that's the mobile, and I hope you have fun making it.